Alright guys, so welcome back to Gamer Today. Today we're going to be talking about something I think nobody's talking about, and that is Kevin the Cube really as evil as we thought he was. If we take a look back in Season 5 and 6 of Fortnite, we all had the idea that Kevin was this evil cube, looking to destroy the map of Fortnite. But perhaps he wasn't even trying to destroy the map of Fortnite, perhaps he was just trying to find his way home. Did Kevin the Cube come to the world of Fortnite on purpose, on some sort of mission, or was he dropped off there by accident? And what was that vision that we all saw? What was that? Was that a totally different dimension? Was that our own mind? Or perhaps that was the mind of Kevin the Cube? Was he trying to communicate something to us that we just don't know? Perhaps an impending disaster coming our way? Today on the Gamer Today show, we try to answer these questions, and we also want to solve Fortnite's biggest mysteries, Kevin the Cube. What was his reason for being here? We also have some information about the impending disaster coming our way to Fortnite Season 8. We're going to be talking about all this, guys, in this video, so hopefully you guys stay tuned. First off, to answer these questions, we need to go back in time to Fortnite Season 5. That was the introduction of Kevin the Cube. Upon the introduction of Kevin the Cube, before he actually showed his face, we saw tons of weird storms and a lot of weird interaction. He then came down from a portal or rift in the sky and was transported through some mystical or alien-like lightning technology. He came down and was kind of a threat because of his size. He was massive at the time and it just was something frightening to have in the game. He was moving and he didn't talk. Kevin didn't talk to us, or did he? That's the thing we're going to find out though. He kind of did give us a message. At the end of the day, if we fast forward in time to Fortnite Season 6, specifically the end of Season 6 where we had our event, it was very, very strange. We were basically transported through some technology of some sort. Kevin began to spin super fast and fast and fast, all the way up in the sky in some sort of a tornado. As he spins like a top, finally we get transported into another world or possibly another dimension. We're not totally sure. Perhaps it was all in our own minds. But then yet again, we saw people. We really don't know what to think of this, but we see angelic figures or we see some sort of mystical orbs, which appear to be gentle and don't threaten the players at all. They just kind of float there and watch, until eventually we finally get our first contact. And this is kind of a really interesting theory. I mean, we're seeing all these different cables and all these different things. What's going on? We don't know. It almost looks like the inside of a brain, or perhaps a network of some sort. And it kind of looks like we're all connected. And that's kind of the key aspect to this. And then we kind of meet this angelic, maybe godlike figure. And once we meet this godlike figure, it transforms itself into something that we can recognize. This ominous being transforms itself into something we can all recognize, and it's gentle. And that's kind of interesting. You can see the transformation happening from a big ominous ball into this small little tiny, basically flying object. And it turns into something even more recognizable as we get closer to it, almost like a bird, until it finally transforms itself into a butterfly. And this is kind of a weird concept. And this is interesting because a lot of places around the world think of birds and butterflies as tranquil spirits, basically things that are calming, relaxing, and to be treated with high respect. So why is it that Kevin the Cube transported us to this world? If he was really trying to hurt us, why wouldn't he have done it? Instead, he gave us a peace offering. That's what I truly believe. Now, when we come back down after we get out of this trance spirit, we basically made our first contact, we get treated with a display of a rainbow over Loot Lake, where the whole event actually just happened. But now there's something strange there. These rocks that are basically extraterrestrial, or some sort of, high-tech rock that doesn't exist anywhere else in the game. And that's kind of strange. Mystical stones, if you will. And these mystical stones will disappear over time. As we know, Loot Lake is now no longer carrying these stones. Why? This is a very interesting concept. Where do these stones go? And if we fast forward to present day Loot Lake, we can see that there's this chamber section that the government supposedly had dug up. And we see this because there's tractors, there's all these trucks, and it seems to be that they've dug this up. But why would they dig this up, and how did they even find out about it? Was Kevin the Cube trying to hide himself? Or perhaps, just like many think, he's locked in this chamber, but by choice, or was it done by someone else? And if so, why? And things only start to get more interesting from here, because when we look at the display at Tilted Towers, we see meteoroids coming basically at Tilted Towers. Perhaps it's just a symbolism for the entire map of Fortnite. We do see the volcano in the background as well, two sites that are very landmark to the game of Fortnite and the map that we currently have. We also see a spaceship or some sort of shuttle, which looks like it's going down towards Fortnite, but perhaps it's a rescue shuttle. I'm not sure. It could be a large missile. I don't think so though. But we also see one more thing. We see Kevin the Cube in the background, but why? Kevin the Cube looks very large. I mean, Kevin the Cube was always large, but larger than a volcano? That doesn't make any sense. So when the volcano and Tilted Towers are both the same scale, why is it that Kevin is so much larger than both of them? Is there a particular reason for this? Perhaps Kevin the Cube is going to be reincarnated but even larger than before. Or perhaps Kevin the Cube will be, basically released from this chamber and become big through these lasers, which will make him supersized, bigger than he's ever been before. He might destroy the entire map, or he might be rescuing us. We really don't know. But why would the government dig him up after all this time? Did they not want him hiding there? But why would he hide himself in this chamber? Or is it some sort of spaceship, some sort of spacecraft? Perhaps it's a huge thing that's supposed to take us off the map of Fortnite. We really don't know, guys. But what I am saying is, there's some questionable things here going on. We don't see Kevin the Cube really doing anything wrong, yet again, just being in the wrong place at the wrong time, yet again. But we did see that he gave us some sort of an experience that was tranquil and peaceful. But if Kevin the Cube is so evil, why would he do this? Perhaps he's trying to give the message to us that we all need to work together. Perhaps all of the Fortnite's fighting and battling, maybe that's the problem, and he knows there's an impending disaster coming. Perhaps the government is trying to unlock him so that he might assist in this. Perhaps they have some sort of plan. With an impending disaster on the way, there must be some clues, there must be some hints. And for this, we need to look up to the sky, guys. There's some stuff going on with these clouds that I cannot explain. If you see the clouds, if you stare at them long enough and watch the whole cycle of the day to night, you'll notice that the clouds actually portray images and symbols. I don't know what any of them mean. However, you can clearly see they're not just clouds. And I compared this footage across stuff from Season 8 beginning, and it's totally different from what's going on right now. Is it a coincidence? Perhaps it's something they're trying to tell us. Regardless of what you think of the clouds, you must admit there's something strange going on there. Whether it's a clue or a hint, I don't know. But what I do know is, guys, there's a lot of weird things happening up in the sky. There's more than just the day stuff. We've got stuff in day and night that's quite weird, and honestly, I don't know how to explain any of it. And if we look to the sky at night, we can see tons of stars. And when I say that's tons, I mean the whole sky is littered with stars. Normally, this isn't a big problem because, you know, there's always been stars in Fortnite, right? Perhaps they aren't stars at all. And I say this because Season 6, Season 5, I compared footage to basically Season 8 now, and there's so many more stars now than there's ever been before. Why are there so many more stars? Is it just a design choice of the game? Or perhaps it's an imagery. Maybe those aren't stars at all. Could those be those energy orbs that we met during Season 6? It's possible. Maybe they're watching everything we do all this time. Perhaps Fortnite's Battle Royale is just basically, you know, a story for them. Maybe that's their way of judging us. I don't know. Could it be the judgment day of Fortnite? Maybe the map will change after all. But I've got one more telltale fact that's kind of weird. You guys might have noticed these islands around the actual island of Fortnite and around Spawn Island. It's kind of strange, guys. It appears to be an older map of Fortnite stretched across basically the land. It's kind of weird, and I think it's Season 5's map, but it's a little difficult to tell. Loot Lake seems to be about that, but it's really difficult because the image is so stretched. But we can clearly see Tilted Towers, Pleasant Park, the gas station next to Pleasant Park. We can see all these different areas. Everything is portrayed on these islands. But why? And then we also see these little orb things that are glowing that we don't know what they are, but they're all in these different spots in all these different cities. Is this a sign that these orbs are coming back down to the game of Fortnite? Is this some big event about to happen? Or are those meteoroids that have hit and those are the landing spots that they're going to hit in? I really don't know, guys, but that brings up a really interesting point. So to answer the question, is Kevin the Cube really evil? Honestly, I don't know, but I don't think he really is. We've gotten so much good from him and pretty much no bad. A lot of bad just seems to come with him, but not from him, and that's kind of a weird thing. It seems like he's on some sort of a mission, some sort of a journey. We know he's got technology or some sort of being that is beyond the technology of Fortnite's world. It could very well be possible that Kevin the Cube is here to save us from something or teach us another lesson that we need to know. But that's everything I know so far, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy the video, and if you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think is going on. I'd love to hear your theories. Let me know in the comment section down below. Is Kevin the Cube evil? And what is going to happen for Season 8's event? I'm so curious, guys. Let me know in the comment section down below. Till next time, guys, it's been Gamer Today.